on...
This is the perfect example. This street is called Highland.
Okay.
Now, I basically don't go any further than this. I respect the guys on the other side of this. We're in Tenafly right now. That's the name of this town. And over here, there's maybe 3-4 other trucks that run this area. They're cutthroats. One guy will come 10:45, the next guy will come 10:55. You know, me, I respect the area. Yes, I could come over here. I got a lot of people that ask me to come because they're familiar with the service I give them and the quality of the food. But I also don't want to take food from somebody else's table, just like I wouldn't want them coming in my area. I've been up here in this particular area about 6 years. 99.999% of the time, nobody interferes with me. Yeah, you get one guy, he doesn't know, he's a new guy, but nobody bothers with me. So I don't bother with nobody. The only thing that most people get concerned about in this business is, well, there's no guarantee. What makes this guy think that, this is his stop? There is no guarantee. If you start thinking like that, you're not going to be interested in the business. You're going to be worried. And especially if you buy a business, to build one up is difficult. It takes time and experience. To purchase a route from someone who has an existing route, if you don't provide them the service, you don't provide them good food, yeah, you can lose a stop. I mean, there's no saying that you're 100% guaranteed. But if you build and respect other people, they're not gonna interfere with you, and they're not gonna steal your stop. Yeah, you're gonna get a wise guy that comes along, and you gotta. I gotta give you 1 second. Whether they know if somebody goes there or not. The guys that've been in the business a while, they know. You respect my area, I'll respect your area. You're not gonna lose a stop if you build a relationship with your customer. You'll see. I'll go to stops. Guys will tell you. They'll be like, "Hey, get lost. We got a truck. What are you doing opening your doors?"
Right.
First of all, the proper way to do a stop, for example, if I, in that area, I don't do too many stops. I go if I'm called upon. Otherwise, I stay in my general area. That's the extent I'll go, with the exception of 1 or 2 people that everybody knows I'm their only guy.
Right.
They don't call anybody else. I could pull up to a house where somebody does go, and they ask me to come, I'll respect it. I won't go. No, Joe, Tom, Mike, whatever, I'm sorry, but they got a truck. Yeah, but we don't like them. Listen, I can't help you there. I'm not going to take food from the guy's table.
Right.
That's the way I operate. And people respect me for it. They always have. They always tell me, we appreciate that you. But, like I said, the 1 or 2 guys that do come in your area, you go the proper way. Don't confront them and start an altercation. The right way to do it is, first, if he's really hassling you, go to the borough hall. Contact the Board of Health, see if he has a permit for that area. A lot of guys, if you just see them popping up in the area, they don't have no permit. So basically, they're soliciting without a permit for that area, and they'll be issued a summons. Get the license plate number, contact the local borough hall, and notify them that, Mike's Catering, license plate number 224, is selling in this area. What they'll do is they'll send out an inspector at the time that you request, and they'll say, okay, how you doing, Tom? You have a permit for this area? No. And they'll issue them a summons. That's the right way to go about it. I had experiences where sometimes when you're younger, you're a little cocky, and you want to be aggressive. It gets you nowhere.
Right.
Arguing, fighting, screaming is going to get you nowhere.
Has it ever happened to you in your own?
Yes, it has. As a matter of fact, it happened up to me in Alpine when I first came to this area. I had a guy go to one of my stops, a big stop. The super threw him off the job, said, we have a catering truck. You have no right to be here. And then when I finished up with those guys, I went to my next stop, and sure enough, he was at that stop.
Wow.
So I kind of lost it. And then the cops came, and the officer pulled me aside and said, look, don't get into an altercation with these people. Take the license plate, get in touch with us, we'll handle it. And that's basically been my motto lately. Somebody's in my area and they're trying to move in on me, I go to the borough hall. If they don't have a permit, if they have a permit, then to be honest with you, you shouldn't lose the stop. If you have a good reputation with the customer, you're definitely not going to lose the stop.
It's all dedication and
It's
really.
right. If you do lose it, the reason why you probably lost it is because you didn't provide the service that the people wanted. The food maybe wasn't up to par. You know, I tell guys if they got a coffee truck coming to them and they say that we don't want that guy, we want you to come. His food stinks. You know what? Do the right thing. Go up to the guy, say, look, you know, Derby, Mike, Tom, you know, the food's lousy. You got to do something about the food. Otherwise, we're going to have to look for another coffee truck. You know, respect the guy. Treat him like a human being. You know, and if the guy doesn't react and doesn't, well, then you let him go. If I'm in an area and a guy's in my area and he does a stop and I get a phone call to go there, I'll say, look, I'm not doing it. You know, the guy does it. If they say no, well, you know what? Tell the guy what to do. If he doesn't, then let him go. Give me a call a day after you go, let him go, 2 days after you let him go, and I'll start coming. I'm not going to come there when the guy comes at 9 and you tell me to come at 9:15. BMW, they got a guy that comes there at 10 o'clock. Rock, we need you to come down at 10:30. You got a guy that comes here at 10 o'clock. Yeah, but he stinks. We'd rather come by. No, I'm not going to do that.
Wow.
That's not the way I operate.
So you had a guy move in your area and he didn't respect you, what, you know, as far as like open season.
Right, he didn't have a permit, he didn't have anything. So when I contacted the cops, I notified them that he was solicited in the area. And the cops, the first time, they gave him a warning. They said, look, if we catch you here again without a permit, we're going to issue you a summons. And the guy never came back.
But if he does come back,
If he does come back with a permit, like I says, if you lose that stop, you approach the super, you approach the boss, the person who's in charge of that job or that company or that office, and say, hey, you know, Joe.
So would you go into
truck?
his area if he really like
Me
busts your truck?
personally, no. I'm not going to be. I've been doing this a long time. I have enough. I don't have the problem of losing stops. I've been doing this business 25 years. I haven't lost a stop.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Beautiful.
And if you lose it, like I said, there's a reason why you lost it. If you're good, they're not gonna. You know, you might get a stop where the guy doesn't care, the boss doesn't care. A lot of times that happens in certain big construction stops. They don't care. They want you at that time. If you're not prompt at that time, they'll turn around and say, well, this guy comes at 10. Yeah, you might lose something like that, but you're not going to lose a stop if you're, you know, you do right by your customers, give them good food, respect them. You're never going to lose a stop.
Beautiful.